Hey guys, Amanda Curtis, nurse practitioner, and today we're going to go over DSIP or Delta Sleep-Inducing Peptide. So what are the mechanisms of action? What could this be useful for? What are also the current regulatory status of this peptide? And who may benefit from taking it? So stay tuned, we'll get into it. DSIP, or imideltide as it's known, is a 9 amino acid chain peptide that, unlike GABAergic receptors, does not sedate but rather focuses on improving sleep architecture and quality of sleep. While the DSIP receptor is somewhat elusive, the downstream effects are well documented. It restores sleep architecture regulation. It has HPA axis modulation, luteinizing hormone and growth hormone secretion stimulation, and then antioxidant and neuroprotective pathways are documented as well. So it is named for delta sleep, or DSIP. It is slow wave sleep, that is stage 3 non-REM sleep, very restorative to the body, helps with tissue repair, immune modulation, and memory consolidation. So when you're able to get this deep sleep, the body's able to go into recovery mode. It also modulates the HPA axis, so hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis. It acts as the regulatory brake to help reduce basal release of corticotropin releasing hormone, as well as adrenocorticotropic hormone. So this is going to help with the stress response, your cortisol response. Another one is LH and growth hormone secretion. So it exhibits a stimulating effect on luteinizing hormone as well as growth hormone during nocturnal hours of sleep. And it acts as an antioxidant, so research indicates that it reduces oxidative stress and may play a role in stabilizing mitochondrial function during cellular stress. So what are some of the investigational uses for DSIP? Things to do with sleep disturbances, so chronic insomnia, narcolepsy, stress adaptation, pain modulation, and alcohol and opioid use disorder withdrawal. Some of the current pharmacokinetic and administrative problems with DSIP is that it's rapidly broken down by enzymatic reactions with aminopeptidases in the bloodstream. So that means it doesn't stick around for long. It has a very short half-life, and so they really, in clinical trials, they administered it very close to bedtime, 30 to 60 minutes before the intended sleep window. We may come up with things that are able to make it withstand the degradation of those breakdowns to make it last longer, as we've seen with other peptides, but understand that now it does break down very rapidly in the serum after injection. So DSIP is currently going to sit before the Pharmacy Compounding Advisory Committee, due to meet with the FDA in July of this year. It has a lot of its clinical data that draws from really the 1970s and 1980s, so it's been studied previously, but here's just a couple of those trials. So this is human clinical trial data on chronic insomnia. It's called Schoenenberger and Graft trials, 1981 to 1984, double-blind crossover study of 16 chronic insomnia patients that received infusions of DSIP for sleep on 3 consecutive nights. And so they documented those results. You can see them. I'll post the name of the trial. And then the European Neurology Study, 1984. These were human trials involving DSIP that looked at the efficacy in addiction medicine. So for the support, over 100 inpatients suffering from acute withdrawal symptoms. These are things like opioid or alcohol use disorder. And so what they saw was that there was improvement in their symptoms. And then the analgesic trials, 1984, chronic pain management, a small clinical cohort of patients suffering from severe chronic pain, including migraines, vasomotor headaches, psychogenic pain episodes, were also given DSIP, and 6 out of 7 patients reported significant pain reduction. So these are just a couple of the trials that were previously studied in DSIP, and now there's a current regulatory focus on the availability of this peptide and the safety of the peptide that's going to sit before the FDA in July of 2026. So just let me know what questions you guys have. This is a promising peptide to help with sleep and to really help with the recovery aspect for people struggling without having to deal with something that's going to stimulate the GABA receptors and really sedate people in order to get to sleep. It's going to really restore the sleep architecture and what's released overnight from getting deep restorative sleep. So if you are struggling with sleep, chronic insomnia, narcolepsy, poor sleep or sleep dysfunction, also opioid or substance disorder use, these are things that could be promising in utilizing DSIP. All right, so let me know what questions you guys have, and I'll see you guys in the comments.